say the same.
Skyrim is a game you can do anything you want to, restricted to only what is and isn't allowed by the game itself. I wanted to do a challenge video no one has ever done before. I searched through the weapons on the Skyrim fandom page and realized the 4th worst weapon, or 3rd if you're only including weapons that can be obtained through legitimate means, has not been used for a challenge video. I'm the first one to ever do this. You can check the date. This is something completely new to your eyes. Can you beat Skyrim with only a Shiv? Without paying much attention, I parkour into Hadvar's lane, and of course, I let him take out most of the guards.
No one here now. Let me.
And this is where I messed up. You'll understand after I sneak past this bear. I could not get Hadvar to show up. I backtracked past the bear and realized because I had ran past the guards, I let the bridge collapse before Hadvar was able to cross the bridge. I believe this may have caused him to die in Helgen. I go to the first Guardian Stones everyone discovers and grab the Thief Stone so I can level up my sneak faster, and went to talk to a shopkeep with a weird brother-sister duo.
Yes, an ornament. You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Then I was off on the easily the most funnest part of the game, the travel on foot and carriage simulator.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back and we'll be off. Ever been to Markarth? Some say it was built by the dwarves.
I show up to the Diggy Diggy Hole City and I was immediately on the quest I needed to be on. I watched this quote-unquote random guy kill a woman in the streets, and the guards quickly give him a karmic justice. I talk to a drunk outside the bar who has some information on the killing, and I go to the Shrine of Talos to pray and meet this dude.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems.
This dude whose name I cannot pronounce is convinced the Forsworner behind the killings and sends me out as a detective to find the truth.
You don't want to know what happens to.
After talking to a guard who was angry about my detective business, I was forced to pay to invade someone's personal space.
And I wasn't stuttering. No key. Welcome to the Warrens.
I read the note, but I don't negotiate with terrorists, so I stole my gold back.
Come on, let's.
Dryston, the dude whose note I just found, was angry and wanted to fight me. I wasn't sure if this would fail the challenge, so I tried my best to avoid him.
I'll try and make this quick.
What? By the gods, Betrid!
I went off to the next part of the quest and watched this puppet master get his wife murdered by his quote-unquote puppets.
Oh well. My wife. They killed her. Damn. They're my puppets. He was supposed to keep them under control. When they're up, I offered. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside. You already got what you wanted. You and Madanak are animals. And I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house.
I realized there was no going forward unless I fought Dryston, so I quickly set him down.
I've been playing this game for almost my king. I don't know how, but he lives. My dear boy, you were seen coming in. You aren't the first one to have gotten this far. He stoked all from inside Markarth, but then Ulfric and his men came. Wait, it's okay, my dear. Send him in.
I talked to an old man who wanted me dead and did my best to run to the Shrine of Talos before his henchmen obliterated me. I was jumped inside the temple and watched as they turned the drunk outside the bar into a zombie.
Now you're coming with us. You'll never see the sun again. No one.
I was in shackles for the second time of the game, but finally could obtain the only weapon I needed, the Shiv.
Ah, you're a clever one, aren't you? Now, here's your Shiv. Promise you won't ever use it on me, okay? One Shiv.
The beast wanted a Shiv for passage, and I refused to spare one, so I had no other option besides beat him down.
Let's see what you're made of. Get him! Come on, he's not... It's been so long since I tasted my own blood.
For inconveniencing me and boredom alone, the leader of the Forsworn was my first victim.
Our struggle is our people's struggle.
The majority of all other Forsworn members in prison were next. No more puppets for these puppet masters.
Thought I heard something.
You won't get the best of me!
I escaped the prison, and the Silverblood family thanked me and pardoned me for my executions of the Forsworn.
Silverblood family. I've had the Jarl officially pardon you and take... Yes, you're innocent.
Finally, I was off to Windhelm. It's the oldest city in Skyrim by some accounts.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. Ever been to Windhelm? Oldest city in Skyrim by some account.
What everyone is saying. That Aventus Aretino is doing the...
I pick a lock, I talk to a weird little kid, and I'm off on another carriage to Riften this time.
Need a ride? Where do you want to go? Climb and back, and we'll be off. If you've never been to Riften, be sure to visit the Blackbriar Mead.
I don't negotiate with terrorists like I said before, so I refuse payment to enter the city.
Keep your voice down. You want that?
These will get an extra beating. Do I make myself clear?
I kill this mean old lady, and many little children cheer me on.
No more! I yield! I yield! It's Grillin! No more! Someone has killed Grillin! I yield! Like I promised, this should fetch you a nice price. Thank you. Thank you again.
I travel to Whiterun to fall asleep, and I wake up dead. JK. Astrid, the living leader of the Dark Brotherhood, asks me to kill one person as payment for stealing their contract, so I decide to go the extra mile and kill all three. I take their masks because you can never be too safe in this pandemic. Time for another carriage, this time to Falkreath where the Dark Brotherhood reside.
Climb and back, and we'll be off. So there once was a hero named Ragnar, the red who came riding to...
What is the music of life?
I join the Dark Brotherhood as a paid assassin, and I get some new important gear, mainly the gloves, as the gloves do double sneak attack damage with daggers, which the Shiv is considered. I get my first official set of contracts, and I'm off to kill 3 different people.
Climb and back, and we'll be off.
I kill a dwarf and steal her gold, and find a secret hidden chest next to the mine and some trees. On the long road to my next contract, I kill a hunter to steal his horse and kill some Thalmor who gave me a dirty look.
girl's been running her mouth. Her name is Muiri. Just do what.
I noticed as Astrid was talking to me, she kinda looked like a demon.
Never Muiri pays. She'll be generous, I'm sure. They always are.
Never! Victory is yours! I submit!
I kill a hired thug and realize the Silverblood family that part of me actually wanted me dead. Quietly, I take out some bandits. I'm quickly rising from only having a crappy Shiv to OP character build. No one shall stand in my way. Not even spooky, scary skeletons have any effect on me. I kill the boss skeleton and steal his special stone and his energy crystals. I return the golden claw to the weirdo and I'm off to Whiterun to beat up some more people to show dominance.
I don't have to take that from you. Come on, let's see what you're made of. Someone kill him! You know how to throw a punch, I'll give you that.
Just fists. No weapons, no magic, no crying. Let's go. Come on. Let's see what you're made of.
I started a fight with a woman and she loved me for it in return. I decided to give her a mask of her own, only because she was kinda ugly.
Dragons and rumors of dragons.
This dummy doesn't believe dragons are real, so I had to kill one to prove to him he's stupid. After killing the dragon, I absorbed its soul, which meant I was dragonborn. After discovering I was dragonborn, the Greybeards needed to speak with me. I had to climb the tallest mountain in Skyrim in order to reach them. The Greybeards gave me some ancient knowledge and sent me on a quest to find an ancient air horn. Now it was time to kill some necrophiliacs as I was on the hunt to find the air horn.
See that every day.
I find the original placement to find out someone has beat me to my air horn. I kill some Kool-Aid cultists to meet up with this dirty air horn thief.
Here, give me a minute and I'll be
She's another dragon skeptic and forces me into going to kill a dragon with her. In a world traveling only by carriages. I give my shivs to this wood elf to sneak into Princess Peach's castle. I put my party robes on and I'm on another carriage. Carriage simulator. With my master sneak skills, I kill any Thalmor that cross my path. The Thalmor are the villains. They want the Empire to take over Skyrim so they can weaken the Empire and gain all control. They do not want anyone worshipping Talos because they believe they're a half-ascended gods themselves and want the people to worship them. They may all look the same, but the Thalmor is not a race, but actually a type of government. Most Thalmors are High Elves, but not all High Elves are Thalmor. This misconception makes for many racist comments against High Elves in Skyrim. I get the Assassin's Blade skill, making my sneak attacks with daggers 15 times damage. With my Dark Brotherhood gloves, it makes my sneak attacks with my Shiv 30 times stronger. This is as strong as I will get without upgrading my one-handed skill. I slit the throats of some more Thalmor and save a Thieves Guild member they have imprisoned. I protect the Wood Elf from being slaughtered by Thalmor guards, but he was extremely ungrateful, so I finished the job I should have let the Thalmor do.
You're pushing your luck. Once more and I'm gonna have to...
I kill a Frost Troll just to assert my dominance to the thief I rescued, just in case he wanted to be ungrateful as well. I kill some sewer-dwelling croc enthusiasts on my way to find a rat man, a man made fully out of rats. I made sure Punchy McGee suffered my wrath and stole his special punching gloves. Even this deaf woman would not be spared. I had found the rat man and reunited him with his rat girlfriend. I kill someone invading our privacy and I make sure no one saw. I get stuck by my companion and then I have to frame his death as an alcohol overdose. Then we were off to watch the Rat Man talk about some boring comics. The Greybeards told me I had to read the weather off the floor to be able to reach their dragon leader.
Greetings, Wunderneek.
I met up with a madman who told me the location of Blackreach, then killed a Sabertooth and teabagged him. I then did some parkour into the dwarf hole. They had dug too deep once again. I killed a cat and some robots and then got the perk Silent Roll. I think it speaks for itself. I killed any Falmer in my way. These people used to be known as Snow Elves, but their government led them into a war they could not win. The companions ordered any Snow Elf to be killed on sight. This drove them underground to Blackreach as they seek protection from the dwarfs. They protected them, but also took advantage of them, fed them poisonous fungi, and eventually enslaved them, causing their kind to slowly grow weak, mad, and blind. I grabbed the Elder Scroll and was off to kill Alduin, the Eater of Worlds. Alduin says I cannot kill him in this mortal realm, so now it was time for more important matters. I had to kill a cheating woman, a guard who gave me a bad look, and start my journey into a bandit hideout to kill a bandit leader who cheated on his girlfriend. Stylishly, I sneak roll and kill the crap out of him. His friend was really tough though, so I ran away.
You are the one.
Carriage time in 3D this summer. To see how far I've come, I decided to take on possibly the most dangerous enemy in the game, the Giant. After that, I was employed to murder the current Emperor of Skyrim.
I wish they did weddings here every day. Oh, thank you. Divines bless your kind heart.
I give a weird hobo a gold piece, then proceed to murder the princess and her fiancé at their wedding. Stylishly, I glide and kill a somewhat important guard.
Victory is yours. I submit.
You're most kind.
Hillary Clinton had been stabbed. Astrid wanted me to seek revenge.
What is life's greatest illusion?
You're still alive.
I murder some ghosts who needed to be extra dead. I take out a special troll and steal a special fat, and I decide to spare the jester.
So, don't mind the dogs. They get anxious when they have.
The chef wasn't so lucky on the other hand. Neither was the gourmet. I dragged his body into the lake to hide.
On another delivery. The gourmet? Oh, finally. I have to say, the stew seems done. Add anything
I needed
else
the
and we
special
ain't
root
done.
Astrid gave me, so I gave the Emperor a tasty last meal and I murdered him with my Shiv.
By God, the gourmet has killed the Emperor.
Please, someone do something.
Over here.
That man was by
I had been
far
tricked, and the Imperials were attacking the Dark Brotherhood sanctuary. Astrid had betrayed us. I kill her and take the Blade of Woe.
You can't stop the Dark Brotherhood.
Titus Mead II was right. You could not stop me. The jester I spared found me and told me a joke. I was finally on the home stretch.
And my spells.
I used the Jaren root with a Nern root to make the most dangerous poison in the game.
It is simply
I disenchant the Blade of Woe and use it to create the Shiv of Woe and the Shiv of Woe Ho. I buy a house and kill an invading guard, and then I adopt a homeless child who needed a home.
Wow. Are you sure? Yay! Thanks, Mr. Papa. I promise I'll be the best daughter ever.
These terms blatantly favor the rebels. Everyone here knows that.
I scream at the sky, Rim, in anger, and I trap a silly little dragon in my silly little trap.
Amativ
I ride the dragon into Sovngarde. I kill a dragon cultist and steal his stuff, and then I'm off into the void. I tried many times to fight this guy. With no success, I had to trick him into being able to sneak attack him.
You fought well. I find you
I poison the Shiv of Woe with the Jaren root poison, and I kill Alduin for the second time with just a couple swipes. Alduin is a bad loser and yells some gibberish. Skyrim was complete, and the question was answered. You can beat Skyrim with only a Shiv.
I know it's not much, but I found a few pretty things. If you see anything you like, please, take it. You've done so much for me. It's the least I can do.
If you like this video, give me a like. If you'd like to say something, leave a comment. And of course, subscribe. Thank you, and have a great night.